Alright, so I'm just going to very quickly do a how to easily support your allies in these raids vid. And I'm using this one as a good example with my buddy RCBlazer, who I will leave a link to one of his vids in the description because it goes over a lot of really helpful and useful tips for these. I recommend going to check him out. So supporting is really easy. What's not easy though is getting the Super Soul to do so. And the way you go about doing that is you feed Majin Buu at his house, and eventually he spawns children. You can have up to 6 children on any race except the Majin, who can have up to 10. So if you're trying to farm the Super Soul I'm about to go over, then I recommend doing it on a Majin. And essentially, how you send the Majin children out to do that for you is you give them whatever food you have handy after Majin Buu's done pooping him out. Doesn't really beat around the bush with it. It looks like he's shedding out a kid. But anyway, thankfully that's not too graphic. Yeah, it's also really off topic and pretty vulgar, admittedly. But I'm sorry, I'll get to move on now. So whenever you send a Majin child out, they have a chance to bring you back either a mixing item, a Super Soul, or a piece of clothing, depending on what color they are. Red ones give you Super Souls, blue ones are the most useless in my opinion, and give you mixing items, which really don't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. At least to me they don't, anyway. Not unless you're trying to do all the combinations on the mixing list, which I don't know why you would. But moving on, the yellow ones give you clothing, and that is the only way you're going to get the baby outfit. If you feed a Majin child 3 times, I want to say it was 3 times, if not, it's going to be 5, then you have, the next time you send them out, they'll say that they feel funny. It's either when you send them out again or when they get back, I forget which. But when they tell you that they feel funny, if you want to get them to change color, you tell them to guard. If you don't want them to change color, you tell them to calm down. Another useful tip I can give for supporting in these is if you're just trying to hang back and heal your allies the whole time, bring Bending Kamehameha. That's the easiest, safest, and, overall most efficient method of doing so. So I recommend bringing Bending Kamehameha. Depending on the raid boss, you're going to want to bring either Super Guard or Drain Field. Jiren here doesn't have Healer Storm or Marbling Drop, so I have Super Guard, because he can also split everyone up. And if I get stuck in the room with him by myself, something I can do to my time is to use Super Guard. Also, I'm really good at just guarding, so I can do that and keep Super Guarding until my buddies get back. Or until I guard enough to break the stamina, and then it's usually safe to try to break the portals. I don't recommend doing that, though. Just stall for time. Survive and pray. That's all I can really tell you if you get stuck with him alone. Although, thankfully, he's kind of a low level right now. Yeah, only level 36. We've been doing this for a little bit, so he's getting up there pretty quick. Things I also recommend doing when they have Gigantic Ki Blast. Jesus Christ, that was close. When they have Gigantic Ki Blast, an easy, surefire way to send them back, you have 2 ways of doing that come with the base game. Either Dual Masenko from Dragon Ball Super Future Trunks, or Soul Punisher, which is less cost-effective because it costs 5 freaking key bars to use. Although something else you can do with that move versus a raid boss with Healer Storm is if you time it right just as you see the blades about to appear, you can use Soul Punisher, and the animation is just long enough to the point where as soon as they're done with the Healer Storm, you'll do a crap ton of damage to the raid boss. And I'll be sure to put a link in the description to one of RC's vids. He goes over quite a bit in depth on raiding for Xenoverse 2. One thing I agree with him on is you really do not want to use Emperor Staff Beam because it costs way too much ki and does not do as much damage compared to just using something as easy as Bending Kamehameha, which is the easiest option, does decent damage too, very mindless. You can just use it again, you know, on the same 1 bar of key to home in on the enemy. You can basically float anywhere you want to, keep using it, you'll deal damage, and you'll contribute. Or if you're really ballsy and you care about doing more damage like RC here, you can do Bomber DX. And it really does make a huge difference, because you can spam that faster than you can spam bending here. Plus it just does more damage in general. But as a support, you just want to survive, pretty much, so you can help your team survive. Other than that, just try not to get in your team's way if they have a chain going, or if you have something to contribute to said chain when they don't have super armor. The two best skills I recommend for chaining the enemy are Vanishing Ball, thankfully that comes with the base game, and so does Consecutive Energy Blast. You're going to get a lot more. I'm so surprised I got first place. Yeah, I'm sorry, RC, this is definitely going up. That's so weird. He's been hitting first place this entire time for the past half hour or so. But if you play on PC and you often see the top guy, that's usually RCBlazer here. He knows what he's doing when it comes to these raids. And again, I'm very shocked that I even managed to get first place. Shut up, Bulma.
Have you been to the Hero Coliseum yet?
Oh my god, make it end.
There you can enjoy explosive figure battles
No,
using the
I'm not putting up with it.
state-of-the-art
Okay, yeah, you're gonna let me finish what I wanted to say. Freaking annoying bitch. Anyway, so, like I was saying, one other thing I could say about using ultimates on the boss, there are a couple I can recommend that are good. That would be Super Electric Strike and Super Vanishing Ball. Thankfully, those both come with the base game. Do not use Gigantic Roar, because as good as that attack is, here's the thing. Even if the raid boss has super armor, if you hit them with Gigantic Roar, you are briefly making the enemy boss invincible. And if they have super armor, that's even worse, because you're just cucking everyone else's damage. And you're going to give the enemy an opportunity to capitalize as well. Same thing even if they don't have super armor, because they can just roll out after they get hit by Gigantic Roar and immediately go into either a Gigantic Ki Blast, a Peeler Storm, or a Modeling Drop. That's pretty much going to cover it though. Again, this was a bit of a quicker vid, and I'm sorry for covering so much in such a short amount of time, but there's a lot to go over when efficiently and productively supporting in these things. One other thing I can give you a good tip on is if you and your buddies are trying to help each other get those keys, here's a way you can increase the chances of a guaranteed drop, even if it's just a duplicate for one of you. It does not matter what you hit the enemy raid boss with, just make sure you're the last one to attack them, and you have a chance of getting a key. That's pretty much going to cover it though. I'm going to get back to raiding here with RC, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.